Hey everybody, this is the Disgruntled Biker. I wanted to do a response video real quick to a Laci Green video that I just recently saw. From what I was reading, I guess she posted it back in April, so I may be a little slow on the uptake. But I just discovered it, watched it, and wanted to comment on it. More specifically, directly to her. So I hope at some point she sees this video and maybe would want to have a legitimate discussion about it, because some of the things she says in the video I find complete bullshit, just to be completely honest with you. I will be putting a link to the direct video in the description, so you can go ahead and watch that if you want. So let's get started. The first question that she asks is, have you ever worried about somebody lying about rape? Well, it actually is a pretty big worry for a lot of the world, because according to your statistics, only 2 to 8% of all accusations are false, which I call complete bullshit on that, for one, because you can't accurately say whether or not something is fake or not unless you actually investigate it. And you also got to consider that while 2 to 8% is an extremely low number, according to you, how many actual events go unreported? So that should be added into the statistics too. You then go on to ask the question of, could anybody make up an accusation for jealousy, revenge, etc., etc.? Well, absolutely people could do that, because it's been done in the past. Perfect example, and this is one of the main reasons I wanted to respond to you. A friend of mine, I won't mention any names, but he was a United States Marine. I've known this man since we were 14 years old, was one of my best friends growing up. He finally realized his dream of becoming a Marine. And in 2012, I'm reading the paper one day, and I see an article about him in the newspaper saying that he had been arrested for statutory rape. The more I dug into it, the more questions I asked his family, his other friends. Finally got the story that a girl that was some friend of his sister's accused him of raping her. Well, here's the problem with that. The time frame that she claims it happened, he was deployed overseas. There's no possible way he could have been the one that did it, if it even happened. Here's where it gets funky. Court system in my area still convicted him of it and sent him to prison. He's been sitting in prison since 2012 off of a false rape allegation. She later admitted, after the fact, she lied. Lawyers and courts won't do shit about it. So forgive me for being a little asshole-ish about this whole thing, but I'm sick of stuff like this. An innocent man is now sitting in prison on a rape allegation that was admitted by the victim that it never happened, because he wasn't even in the country when it happened. And then the other thing that really irritates me about something you said in your video, Laci, is when a person being accused of having done something like this denies doing it, you flat out blatantly say they're the ones that are lying about it. Are you kidding me? Because somebody doesn't want to be accused of something they didn't do, and they deny it like any other normal person would do, that automatically brands them a liar and a rapist? Are you freaking kidding me? Then you go on to say that for it to actually have happened, they have to have reported it. No, that is not necessarily the case. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of rapes that occur on a daily basis that never get reported. That doesn't mean they didn't happen, but that also means that if they are brave enough to come and report it, if it legitimately did happen, we have something called due process of the law. And if you still, to this day, have not figured out what that means, Laci, that means the cops have to investigate it. There has to be DNA testing done. The courts have to decide if there is enough evidence for this to be brought to a proceeding so that they can be charged criminally and possibly face jail or prison time for it. But if it's investigated and it turns out that there's not enough evidence, or they come to find out that it never really happened, they let it go. I will say this, though. There is one thing you said in your video that I do agree with. The courts these days are not arbiters of truth. I will fully admit that, especially the courts where I live. Okay, their philosophy is they'll get you on whatever they can get you on. It doesn't matter if it's true or not. If somebody says you did it, that automatically means you did it in their eyes. And I call bullshit on that one, too. So that I do agree with you on, Laci. So if there's at any time you want to have a debate or discussion about this, by all means, let me know. I'll be happy to debate with you until the cows come home. I have no problem doing that. But that being said, it doesn't mean that every single person that accuses somebody is automatically telling the truth, but it also doesn't mean that everybody accused is innocent. That I will agree with you on as well. Okay? There's a lot of people that do stuff and then deny having done it. You know? Us as kids, for instance, we lied our asses off. Did you do this? No, I didn't do it. Well, who did? I don't know. That's basically what our childhood was. Okay, I'm pretty sure you dealt with it as well. Everybody does. I deal with it from my own kids. Trying to figure out who did something is near impossible. But like I said, just because somebody makes the accusation doesn't mean that they're automatically telling the truth. This is why we have due process. Things have to be investigated. They have to look into things. They have to check alibis. And if they can't figure out if it really happened or not, then what else do they have to go on? Again, not saying that the person really didn't do it if they don't have enough evidence. You know, in some cases, yes, somebody got away with something. But that doesn't mean that just because they're accused that they're automatically guilty, like you say. I call 100% complete bullshit on your video and the things that you say in your video. So, basically, that's it for me for now. So, if you want to comment, go ahead and comment. Please like and subscribe. Like I said earlier, I'll leave a link to the original video in the description. So, this is the Disgruntled Biker signing off till next time.